After all the bickering and the back and forth between Drake and Kendrick during the biggest battle, hip hop battle of all time, they both came to the same conclusion, at least on one thing, and that was F the big three. And I gotta tell you, as a rap fan, this hurts my heart. Family is Providence, and I'm here to tell the truth. I've been listening to Iceman, enjoying the album. It's fantastic. I don't want to call it a classic yet because we have to let time determine that, but it's a strong contender for classic in my mind. Fantastic album. But one of the main talking points, one of the main conversation points that have been arising from this Iceman album is Drake addressing his relationship with J. Cole. And it's clear that they're not on good terms right now. On Make Them Pay, Drake would rap, "You ninjas run and talk to Hov for a second opinion. Me, I stood 10 T's and accepted the mission, cause I'd much rather death than submission. How can you press the ignition and let some memories of the past affect your decision? I love you cause of the history, but if we being real, I could never forgive you. And you never call me back, but destiny's written, for real. F a big three anyway. There was too many chefs in the kitchen. It was a mess to begin with. Yeah." Family, long before this beef took place, I was a rap fan that really fantasized about Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick coming together to make music. I dreamed about them making an album together. How dope would it have been to hear J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick spitting fire on a track? It was one of my hip hop fantasies, I ain't gonna hold you. And right around the time that For All the Dogs came out and I saw that there was a bunch of motion in the right direction, like Drake and J. Cole did First Person Shooter, and then they had a joint on the Scary Hours edition, and it was bars upon bars, and I was like, yes, it's coming together. All we need is for Kendrick to stop being an isolationist and link, and yo, we'll be in hip hop heaven. I saw Drake show up on the Mr. Morale tour, I think at the Toronto stop, and I thought, man, maybe there was some hope that they would put the bickering beef behind each other and they would let it go. And they could get to a point where they're making music together. Lo and behold, the beef happened, and it became very clear that that wasn't gonna happen. And obviously, I know for many hip hop fans out there, especially if you hate Drake, you're very thankful for this beef because Drake was mollywopped, at least in the public's perception, and Kendrick was seen as the winner. And for a lot of people, they appreciated the music that came out of the battle and the beef. But I do think that we lost something with this battle and this beef. And yes, we got a lot of good music out of it, and people are going to see this as one of probably the greatest hip hop battle. But we traded getting a great hip hop battle for, I think, getting great music from these three legends working together. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think Kendrick did us this disservice. Kendrick was seen as this person, a great unifier in hip hop, someone who spoke on issues in the black community and seen as the black messiah in hip hop. But to be honest with you, man, I've always seen Kendrick as a chaos agent, someone who loves division and loves conflict. And Kendrick saw Drake and J. Cole hooking up, doing music together, calling each other the GOAT, making bangers. And him as the isolationist saw that it was affecting his legacy too, because these two guys were being propped up as the two best in hip hop right now, while Kendrick stayed away and just made his music and dropped every 3 to 5 years. And people kind of were seeing him as a distant third, to be honest. And he didn't like what he saw, this unity between Drake and J. Cole. And what'd he do? He lobbed a grenade in their direction with Like That, dissed them both. And when the grenade hit, they scattered. And we saw a very big difference between the way that Drake and Cole handled it. We knew that Drake was always ready for the smoke. He's had a history of getting into rap battles. We know he's a student of battle rap. Like, he's ready. He was ready for the smoke. We knew that. We thought J. Cole would be ready for the smoke. He looked like he was going to be ready for the smoke. He dropped the diss record, then pulled it back, apologized, and then recently, we seen him do interviews talking about, man, I was so distraught and my wife was crying and I couldn't believe it. I was so glad that Drake didn't come to my concert, because then he would have made me have to stand on something and I didn't want to stand on it, and I needed to receive a revelation from God about not doing this and not going through with the battle, yada, yada, yada. And J. Cole did irreversible damage to his legacy. And now we see Drake addressing the situation and saying, I love you, but I could never forgive you. And I ain't gonna lie, those words hit for me. Like, it hit, man, because it just clicked to me that, man, there is now division amongst the quote unquote big three, and they're never gonna work together. And I as a rap fan, I feel as if Kendrick did us a big disservice. See, Drake wanted to bring everybody together. It was reported by Cole that First Person Shooter was originally for Drake and Kendrick, but Kendrick wasn't moving fast enough on the record, I guess. And then it was sent to Cole, and Cole did his thing on it. The isolation is that Kendrick never really wanted to be cool with Drake, never wanted to see everybody unified, and the Rap Messiah was much happier to be at odds with Drake and J. Cole than to unify. But I will say this, I don't know what J. Cole really saw or continues to see in his friendship with Kendrick. Kendrick never talks up J. Cole. Maybe there's some respect there as a fellow rap colleague, but it's always J. Cole doing the gushing in public about how great that relationship is and how Kendrick is his man's and how he wanted to preserve that relationship. But it seems in trying to preserve his relationship with Kendrick, he destroyed his relationship with Drake. Because him and Drake ain't good. And he said, look, I love you, but I'll never be able to forgive you because essentially you left me out here hanging to go and fight this war, this 20v1 by myself. And I think that there's a lesson in that, man. Sometimes trying to be a friend to everybody means you end up being a friend to nobody. And I want to know, can J. Cole call up Kendrick right now and chop it up and chill and have fun and be cool? And you know what I mean? Like, what kind of relationship with Kendrick does J. Cole even have right now? Because you was actually linking with Drake. Drake was taking you on tour. You was making money with Drake. Y'all was actually cool. Then you both get attacked. And instead of standing with Drake, you wanted to stand up for Kendrick Lamar, try to preserve that relationship when Kendrick was the one attacking you in the first place. And now I don't even know if you really cool with Kendrick right now. Like, Kendrick certainly ain't claiming J. Cole publicly. And so what relationship do they even have for you to have gone and destroyed your relationship with Drake because you ain't want to stand 10 toes down with Drake to get into a rap battle? Nah, that wasn't it. But it breaks my heart, even though I do think that J. Cole made some bad decisions. I am laying this at the feet of Kendrick. And I think that Drake, by not forgiving J. Cole, is letting Kendrick win in the end. Because this is what Kendrick wanted. Kendrick wanted there to be a division between the two, because the two of y'all linking up was a threat to his legacy. And so I don't think there's anybody happier that J. Cole and Drake aren't cool than Kendrick, because he wants to see everybody divided, because divide and conquer. He can establish himself as the #1 and maintain his legacy if Drake and Cole ain't linking up and dropping bangers and calling each other the GOAT, while he stays and continues to practice his isolationist tendencies. So I don't want Kendrick to win in this thing, because I want to see J. Cole and Drake get back together and make music, make bangers, and work to give the people what they want. Obviously, Drake's a grown man and no one could tell him how to move, but I think it's sad at the end of the day for people who love hip hop that the big three is officially dead and fully destroyed, because obviously Kendrick don't want nothing to do with these two, but now Drake and Cole, well, seems like they ain't never gonna be cool again. And I hope that they can figure it out. And I will also say this, if Drake could forgive Future, who in my opinion did Drake worse than Cole did Drake. I mean, Cole may have ran from the battle, ran from the beef, but Future was making songs with the dude as he was dissing you. He dropped 2 full albums with Metro Boomin talking about We Don't Trust You, and Like That was on that album, the first one, and that's what started the beef in the first place. And so he forgave Future, but he can't forgive J. Cole? I don't understand that. In my opinion, I feel like forgiving Future was an economic decision because he knows he can make bangers with Future, and I think Drake is at his point right now where he does need bangers and for people to recognize that he ain't done. So I think he made an economic decision. I hope he keeps his eye on Future, because I wouldn't trust Future, to be honest with you, if I was Drake. But at the end of the day, I don't know what it was with how he could forgive Future, but he can't forgive J. Cole. That don't make sense to me. But family, those have been my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like the video if you like the video. And if you made it to this point, I would appreciate your subscription. Help a small content creator like me grow his channel. Your support would be greatly appreciated. I will see you guys in the next video. Now I'm getting back to listening to some more Iceman.